presents Star Performance with Claude Sweeten and his orchestra. The Bullocks Choristers, directed by Paul Taylor.
Blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see.
And tonight's talented young star of Star Performance, Howard Culver.
Ladies and gents, this all happens to me when I suddenly and without warning give up a lucrative racehorse booking racket and start looking for a strictly legitimate commercial enterprise. And what that leads Bugsy Newcomb to, you'd never guess.
If I had $1 million and you.
A Marine corporal somewhere out in the Pacific recently wrote a letter to Bullocks which read something like this. I want my wife to have a gift, something personal from me on the 19th day of every month. The gift can be hosiery, gloves, lingerie, a blouse, perfume, anything that you select. But it's important that the gift box be tied with blue ribbon. Enclosed is $5. Every month I will send the same amount to buy my wife a gift. So the first of these gifts was carefully selected and sent, tied with a blue ribbon. Other gifts, also selected with consideration by Bullocks, are continuing to bridge the gulf of distance between a young corporal and his beloved wife. From the standpoint of volume, that transaction meant little in the life of a great business, but Bullocks considers the Marine corporal's request a sacred trust, one that must be given every thought, every consideration, every care to see that it is filled correctly. It is such friendly, considerate services as this that has helped make Bullocks a different kind of store. A store whose every effort is bent toward a gracious welcome for every customer. A helping hand for every shopping problem, no matter how large or how small. And Bullocks is especially proud to be of help to men in the armed forces if in any way its services can bridge the gap between loved ones. Now, before the curtain goes up in Star Performance, the Bullocks Choristers and Orchestra present Great Day.
When you're down and out, lift up your head and shout, there's gonna be a great day. Angels in the skies promise that by and by, there's gonna be a great day. Gabriel will warn you some early morn, you will hear his horn, rooty-tootin', it's not far away. Lift up your hands and say, there's gonna be a great day. Be a great day. When you're down and out, lift up your head and shout, there's gonna be a great day. Angels in the sky promise that by and by, there's gonna be a great day. Gabriel will warn you some early morn, you will hear his horn. It's not far away, hold up your hands and say, there's gonna be a great day.
Star Performance brings to the microphone those fine radio artists who form the supporting casts of the great network broadcasts. Tonight we take pleasure in presenting Howard Culver, one of radio's most talented young actors, in a play written especially for him titled Charm Incorporated.
Hiya, Bugsy. What gives?
Hi, Ace. Flop in a chair, pal.
Hey, what are you doing up so early? It ain't even noon yet, Bugsy.
So what?
So you're up at the crack of the bright, reading a racing form. What's the matter? You been taken for a ride?
I ain't been taken. This ain't no racing farm. It's a newspaper.
Yeah? Let me see.
I ain't a bookie no more.
Well, Bugsy, you ain't reading no newspaper. You're just taking us to one ad. Who do you expect to find in the one answer? Missing relative? Come on, give. You looking for a job?
Well, this is on the level. I am looking for a somewhat legitimate business proposition which needs the services of a somewhat silent partner who is equipped to buy an interest in said business.
Gee, you must be nuts. Last week you was broke, and now you wish to talk high finance with a view to making an investment. And legit at that.
Well, with me, it's always been gone today and here tomorrow. I don't crave such speculations, Ace. I simply don't crave them anymore.
And you're really looking for a right deal?
Maybe I have found a right deal. Listen here to this.
Uh-huh.
Quote, wanted partner, able to invest $1,500 in dignified going enterprise.
Huh?
Equal share of profits. Write Miss Patterson or call at 25th floor, 180 Park Avenue. Unquote. That, pal, is for Bugsy.
You got 1,500 fish?
I got that many fish. And a few seas more.
Hey, Bugsy, are you nuts?
Now, scram, will you, Ace? I got to go up to 180 Park Avenue. Go into a huddle with this Miss Patterson. I'll be seeing you around.
Take it easy, Bugsy. 180 Park Avenue is a plenty swank address. 1,500 chips are practically no potatoes up there.
Just the same, I and Miss Patterson are going into a huddle. Now, scram, will you?
"25th floor."
Patricia Patterson, private. Well, Bugsy, old pal, leave us go in and find out the angle.
Yes?
Hey, excuse me. I am looking for a dame known as Miss Patricia Patterson. That's who is here, it says on the door.
I'm Miss Patterson. What can I do for you?
Pleased to meet you. I'm Mr. Bugsy Newcomb.
Yes?
I see by the papers that you wish 1,500 skins in the form of a partner for a dignified going enterprise. It says here.
Why, yes, but really, Mr.
Just call me Bugsy.
What I mean to say is, well, your coming here is so unexpected.
Who was you expecting?
Why, certainly not. Really, I don't know.
Well, Miss Patterson, I have the 1,500 skins. Leave us talk business.
Sit down, Mr. Newcomb.
Don't mind if I do. Now, you can give me the lowdown.
The lowdown?
Certainly. What's the racket? How much is the take?
Mr. Newcomb, perhaps I'd better begin by explaining. This is a charm school.
I don't recall having went. But it's been years since I even passed by a school, so the charm angle could have slipped my mind.
I see. Then perhaps you should invest in something more in keeping with your talent. Shall we say something in which you're more familiar?
Nuh-uh. No, I'm through with that stuff. All I want is a fair break on a straight, legit deal.
Good heavens. What on earth have you been doing?
Oh, keep your shirt on, Miss Patterson. I ain't wanted by no gendarmes. In fact, I and the cops are like that.
But what I need, Mr. Newcomb, is a working partner who exemplifies the spirit of the school.
Well, I could even get used to working.
Of course. But I prefer a woman of culture and refinement.
Do any such characters prefer to put up the $1,500?
Not as yet, Mr. Newcomb, but...
Money talks, Miss Patterson. There's 1,500 in that roll. A bird in the hand ain't to be sneezed at.
Is that $1,500?
You ain't whistling, sister. And I'm willing to throw it in for a half share of whatever it is. I ain't even asking for a gander at the books.
Why are you willing to do this, Mr. Newcomb?
Just call me Bugsy.
Why, Mr. Newcomb?
Maybe I just like you, Miss Patterson. Maybe I know you're on the up and up and wouldn't double-cross me. Maybe I'm just plain nuts. But I doubt it.
The profits are small at present, but we're growing steadily. Our students run from chorus girls to debutantes.
Yeah? I've known plenty of characters to make this run.
I see. Well, I teach my students poise, posture, and how to be charming by just being themselves.
Sounds okay.
You have evidently took lessons from yourself, Miss Patterson. Now, is it a deal?
Well, perhaps. If you'd only be a sort of silent partner, trust me to operate the place.
Sure. I trust you anywhere. With anything I got.
Then it's a deal.
Good. Now, before I go, leave me case the joint.
I Beg your pardon?
What I mean is, I wish us to take a gander at the lookout.
A gander?
Yes, look,
At
Miss
the
Patterson.
lookout?
Just show me around.
Of course. Come with me. All of my students take voice, Mr. Newcomb. I believe voice culture contributes much to poise and self-assurance. You may look in. This is one of my classes.
Gee, 5 to cuties. And every one of them a canary.
My theory is to limit enrollment to a very select clientele and to give personal attention to each student.
That would be my idea exactly, Miss Patterson. Plenty of personal attention. You know, you got something here.
Now, shall we go? This is my busy day, I'm afraid.
Oh, sure. I've seen enough to know the deal is for me.
I'm perfectly delighted that you're willing to accept our Mary Elizabeth into the charm school, Miss Patterson.
It will be a pleasure to have her, Mrs. Van Whim. She will take dancing at 10:30, voice at 11:30, poise and the social graces following an informal luncheon. And the afternoon will be devoted to carriage and posture.
Splendid, Miss Patterson. Simply divine. Really, my dear, Mary Elizabeth's posture is most alarming. I'm sure you can do so much for her.
Hiya, Toots. What gives with the suckers for charm?
Good morning, Mr. Newcomb. I'm quite busy now.
Go right ahead. I and you can shoot a fat leader.
Who is this person?
Just an acquaintance, Mrs. Van Whim. It's his idea of a joke. Shall we expect Mary Elizabeth tomorrow?
Hey, wait a minute. Who's cracking jokes?
Young man, who are you?
Why, lady, I own a hunk of this joint, that's all.
Please. Mrs. Van Whim, Mr. Newcomb.
That's right. Bugsy Newcomb, madam. Co-proprietor of this charming institution. Pleased to meet you. But, say, ain't you too old for school?
Well, so this is part of the charm school. Good day, Miss Patterson.
What's eating that thing?
You idiot. You tactless imbecile. Why don't you stay away from here?
Hey, but look, I like it up here. And what's the idea of telling the dame I'm cracking jokes? Me, who was never more serious in my life.
Mr. Newcomb, you came into the business as a silent partner, remember? Why on earth I ever accept your offer, I'll never know.
But Patricia...
And don't call me Patricia.
But, Miss Patterson, you needed $1,500, didn't you?
Very badly. Or I'd never have agreed to this. Now, please get out.
Okay. If that's the way you want it, I'll get out, and I'll take my 1,500 fish with me. Let me have it.
I'm sorry. I can't do that.
You can't do what?
Your $1,500. I needed it to pay some bills. I'll pay you as soon as conditions permit, Mr. Newcomb. Believe me. Now, please go.
Ah, now she tells me. I should give up a dignified going business. Just like that.
Mr. Newcomb, I'm not used to your kind. Happily, my background gives me a certain advantage in operating this business. My father lost a fortune, and that's why I'm operating the Patricia Patterson Charm School. I needed the money.
Miss Patterson, I, too, am somewhat cultured, mostly physical. But if I ain't to help run this school, I need my 1,500 shawl for some of the business. Pay me.
I tell you I can't. Not for a while.
Well, then Bugsy Newcomb may as well lap up a raft of this charm.
You simply can't stay here.
You can't put me out. I own half the joint.
Isn't there something I can do?
Yeah, you can change the name of this outfit.
Just what do you mean?
Instead of Patricia Patterson's School of Charm, make it Charm Incorporated. I don't crave to be a co-owner, which is the laughing stock of 3rd Avenue. The boys now rib me for an orchid.
I won't change the name.
Then give me my 1,500 smackers, now.
I can't, I tell you. Oh, there must be some other way.
Yeah, sure. Sure, enroll me into school. You know, I crave to get charming.
You're improving, Mr. Newcomb.
Well, thank you, Miss Parker. but it's all rather confusing to a mere male.
Oh,
Isn't it thrilling to have a man in the class?
I'll say, like a co-ed college. Even better.
Why, Miss Parker. And why should so charming a person as yourself waste time in a charm school?
All right, class. Let's learn how to walk.
Oh, I'm tired.
Mr. Newcomb, place this book on top of your head.
Of course, Miss Patterson. But why?
Because you should be able to walk with it balanced on your head to walk properly.
I attend a charm school 6 months before they teach me how to walk.
Quiet, please.
Besides, I've seen movies where native women from somewhere do it with bottles and baskets balanced on their heads. Now, girls, is that poise?
She's cute.
Girls, please.
Well, here goes.
Oh, look at him.
And say, look, no hands, like a trained seal. Anybody got a ball to balance on my nose?
Please, let's all remember what we're here for.
We know.
Class is dismissed. Shall we take a little time to compose ourselves?
Patricia, may I see you a moment, Patricia?
Yes, Mr. Newcomb, if you must.
Oh, please don't be like that. Am I improving?
Your English certainly has.
Well, if there's any improvement, the credit is yours, Patricia.
You seem to be quite an attraction at Charm Incorporated.
Maybe I was a smart guy to become your partner after all.
Don't remind me of it.
Patricia, please have dinner with me tonight. I won't disgrace you.
I've told you a dozen times not to ask me. Besides, I have an engagement this evening. I'm going to the Club Orlando.
Well, may I call you tomorrow?
I shall not be at home, Mr. Newcomb.
Some other time, maybe.
At no time. And that's definite. If you'll stop in the office on your way out, I'll pay you another $200. That'll reduce my debt to an even 1,000.
You'd better keep it. Start building up a reserve fund.
Will you go before I lose my reserve?
Okay, Patricia. That's the way you want it. I'll see you later.
Mr. Newcomb. Oh, Mr. Newcomb.
Oh.
Mr. Newcomb.
Hello, Lydia.
I'm having a party tonight. Can you come?
Well, I'd be delighted, if you're sure you want me.
Of course I want to. You know how it is. There aren't many stags around these days.
Oh?
But, that isn't the reason I want you to come, Bugsy. Of course, Mother prepared the guest list, but I put you on especially.
Well...
Dinner's at 8, formal. The address is 110 East 65th Street. It's the Club Orlando. You'll, come?
The Club Orlando?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Lydia. You bet I will.
Good.
Come in.
Hiya, Bugsy. How's the charming gentleman?
Oh, take it easy, will you, Ace?
And look it. White tie and tails. Oh, boy, you kill me.
Huh, no such luck. What's on your mind?
Well, Lefty Mankiewicz, who took over your booking route, collected 15 G's today, booking the races at Meadowbrook.
So what?
So see what you're missing? 15 G's Lefty collected. Say, Bugsy, where you going in the soup and fish?
To a party?
Where?
Club Orlando. Lydia Holcomb's giving it.
Yeah? Boy, are you class. That charm school must be coining dough.
It's doing okay.
Yeah, but you ain't made 50 G's today. I'll lay you 20 to 1.
No, Ace. But Charm Incorporated is beginning to pay dividends.
I'll say, if it's getting you and Lydia Holcomb's party at Club Orlando, you know, you're a changed man, Bugsy.
Well, in some ways, maybe. Well, Ace, I gotta go.
See, you must be in a hurry. Don't you even have time to read your mail?
Yeah, I got home late. Didn't see it. Who's it from?
Well, looks like it might be from your uncle, Bugsy. Sure does.
Oh. Yeah, greetings. From President Roosevelt. Personally.
Yeah. I got one once from President Woodrow Wilson.
Well, this means I've got to work fast.
Gee, that's a shame, Bugsy. Just when you're getting charm, education, and into high society at the same time.
Really? Oh, you dear boy. Why didn't you tell me you were also an actor that morning in Patricia's charm school?
It was a terrible thing to do, Mrs. Van Wim, but strangely enough, what you were telling Patricia about your Mary Elizabeth happened to be the identical lines which were my cue in that Broadway play. I hope you've forgiven me.
Oh, indeed I have. And Mr. Newcomb, you dance divinely.
Oh, thank you. But that's because you were such a stunning partner.
Oh, you charming young flatterer.
Oh, you'll excuse me?
Oh, certainly, dear.
Well, Bugsy Newcomb, are you going to spend all your time with that old dowager?
Oh, hello, Lydia. I was coming to look for you.
You'd better try that. You know, I'm beginning to think more men should try Tom Skull.
What do you mean?
Well, you're the only man I know who does. And haven't you been the center of attraction all evening?
Oh, please.
And I'll bet there's a beautiful story back of it.
No, just an old story back of it, Lydia.
Oh?
About a guy who'll endure anything to be near the woman he loves.
Bugsy, you really mean that?
Of course I do. Why do you think a goof like me would go to a charm school? Why do you think I came here tonight?
Bugsy, I had no idea. After all, you did start at Patricia's the day after I began.
Yeah. I was just a dope. Still am. But I've learned a lot that I'm proud I know, Lydia. I've learned how to talk to people without saying damn and doze. And I have poise.
Oh, who wants to talk about poise, darling? Let's talk about us.
Lydia.
Well?
Let's sit down.
Good.
There's been a frightful mistake, Lydia. I didn't mean...
Mr. Newcomb?
Yes?
Beg pardon, monsieur, but a young lady left a note for you.
Oh, thank you. Excuse me, Lydia.
Oh, yes, of course.
If you wish to answer it, monsieur, the young lady is just leaving.
Leaving? Where is she?
She went to the cloakroom, monsieur.
Oh, sorry, Lydia. It's been a lovely party. Good night.
Good night.
Patricia. Just a moment, Patricia.
Yes, Mr. Newcomb?
What's the idea of this insulting note? Here you call me everything in the book. Tactless, ignorant, thoughtless, uncouth, heel, what have you. In fact, a recapitulation of all the cracks that you've made to me since I've known you. Haven't I tried, Patricia? Can't you ever forget those first few days after I became your partner? Why do this to me?
I wrote it all down, just so you could make me eat my words.
What are you talking about?
I mean, I take it all back. You're perfectly charming.
I am?
But you haven't paid the slightest bit of attention to me all evening.
Well, you said I shouldn't ever again.
I'm sorry I said that, Bugsy.
Patricia, please, don't make jokes. Listen, we've got to have a talk, a financial settlement.
Why, Bugsy, I thought you didn't want one.
I know, but now, well, I'm going in the Army.
What?
Yeah. Oh. And, well, I just want the charm school to be in good shape and...
Bugsy, where's your self-assurance?
Don't worry, I got myself assured for $50,000.
No, don't get excited and have an intellectual relapse.
And it's all made out to you if anything happens to me.
Why to me?
Oh, darn it, woman, I love you.
Oh, you do, Bugsy? Then, when you come out of the Army, please take over Charm Incorporated. I want another kind of a school.
Hmm?
Maybe a kindergarten, sort of.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Darn it, man. I love you.
You have been listening to Star Performance, presented by Bullocks and starring Howard Culver in the role of Bugsy Newcomb. Now the Bullocks Choristers and Orchestra in Blue Skies.
Blue skies, smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. Blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Skies are brighter than ever. Oh, things look brighter than ever. Oh, ring-tone-tone, loop-tone, loop-tone-tone. Ring-tone, tone, loop-tone, loop-tone-tone. Blue skies, smiling at me. Really close. together. Got the first bluebird in a crazy way. Tom, loop. Never saw the sun shine so bright. We never saw things going so right. Look at Mr. Campbell's music and fly. When you're in love, my, how it flies. Blue sky, smiling, oh, smiling at me all day. Never felt better since blue skies came my way. Tom, loop, ta-ta. Reach tom, loop, ta-ta. Blue sky.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is Franklin Archer from Bullock's.
This particular time on the program is known as the commercial. That spot in which we are supposed to attempt to sell you something. Now, the only thing we wish to sell you tonight is an idea. The idea that all marvels are not reserved for the post-war period. That many marvels are so close at hand that we accept them as everyday, commonplace facts. Take the modern retail store, for instance, Bullock's to be specific. Did you ever stop to consider the conveniences that await you the minute you step through one of Bullock's doors? There waiting to serve you are over 3,500 trained people. There waiting for your selection are over 300,000 different items. Gathered conveniently together within less than one city block are over 150 separate shops. As a matter of fact, if we divided the total floor area in Bullock's downtown store into separate stores, each one 25 feet wide and 50 feet deep, those small stores would stretch in a row from 7th and Broadway almost to Exposition Park. And you would have to walk almost 3 miles to shop in all of them. But a sincere suggestion. Please don't shop at all until you have purchased all of the war savings bonds you can possibly afford. Buy only the things you need and invest the rest in America.
Tickets to see Star Performance are available at this station, KFI, or at the bank check desk at Bullock's in downtown Los Angeles. Star Performance is written and produced by Carol Coleman and John Elliott. Music is conducted by Claude Sweeten. The Bullock's choristers are under the direction of Paul Taylor. Until next Tuesday night at 9:30, this is Ted Myers saying good night for Bullock's.
Listening to KFI, Los Angeles, Earl C. Anthony Incorporated. 19 seconds before 10 p.m., Gruen watch time at Leroy's Jewelers.